Howdy folks, Stock here with Last Best Tool, and Railer is a company that sells bits and bits holders as well as nut drivers and some other solutions basically for driving fasteners, and their bit holders are what I was interested in, and they were kind enough to send me a couple of them to try out. They're available all over the place. You've probably seen them, seen ads for them. This one has a magnetizer and demagnetizer built into it, pretty slick. As well as traditional sized bit storage or anything you can put into these. They obviously can hold, longer bits without any trouble. As far as the tension, how secure it is, it's really good. I imagine there's some change with temperature, but overall, compared to a lot of other bit holders, it's probably the best. When I feel that. It's easy to get things in and out, so you don't have to fight with it or look for pliers. However, it's certainly not going to go anywhere on its own, even when dropped. Now, Railer, I think the real strength is in mobility, is really being able to attach it to something or carry it easily in your pocket or obviously connected to a tool bag or something else. Let me go over something with that, though. This is another one of their sets. It's not these attachments, these bit attachments I've got on here, but this is designed to hold just general bits. You can choose them. They're kind of a key ring, and you could use it, under probably lower stress as a kind of as a mini driver or spinner or something. This part here, this collar spins. However, I can certainly drive it by grabbing a hold of the split ring on the end. Now, it comes with this carabiner, and this is more of one of those convenience carabiners. I'm finding it not as convenient. I would recommend getting these, but upgrading to something, for pure convenience, maybe something like one of these Night Eyes S-Beaners, simply because you can then release the bits here from your tool bag or whatever it's connected to without fighting with all the split rings. That's what I discovered when I was using this, especially because of the limited size. And you generally want stuff down that this was a little bit cumbersome. However, I highly recommend, if you're going to upgrade to a carabiner, go with a UIAA approved climbing carabiner that actually has a climbing rating on it. The other thing is I really like ones that do not have the hook, and I'll get into these carry tool ones. These are actually pretty slick from Petzl, but you can see that there is nothing to impede the sliding of this surface. So when you hook it on a bag or a belt or a pocket, whatever, you can easily slide it in and out. Whereas these, you've got kind of that harpoon tip that definitely catches on things. But anyway, you can easily slide that in, plus then you could get quite a few more. It allows you to flip it around, which means now you've got that larger open gate at the top for clipping it on things. And then, of course, you can easily switch through to grab one if you want to pull it off. I've been exploring, trying to see, sometimes these fall down in my tool bag or they get mixed in with other tools, and I'm trying to find it. So depending on how I carry it, I may explore some other things where I'm often, it's not just the bit, it's the bit holder or maybe some other bit attachment. As far as quality goes, they seem solid. They are quite affordable. That you can buy them in different sets, different amounts, without bits. I'll put some links below. But overall, as you know, I really like different bit holders. Notice this one's closed off on the bottom. Sometimes I find it's easier to pull through or push through to get the bit out. You get something a little bit easier to hang on to, especially if you've got anything on your fingers versus trying to pull it out the front end. And of course, you can always push it up against something else easily to start freeing that bit, to grab it. As far as the connection points, they're big enough. Sometimes, it's here. It's like, how do I tie this to something? I don't really have anything. And sometimes I like to use these carry tool type carabiners, and they're a little bit larger. So I may not be able to easily get it into that. I can get it in there, but I can't roll it around. That's one of the things to think about. That's why the S-Beaner is so nice, because it totally frees up everything at the top here. for clipping it onto things. You know, whatever it is, no problem. Whereas smaller things, smaller carabiners, you might be fighting for real estate trying to clip it onto something. Another thing, though, is if you go with the carry tool this size here, and I did write the weight that they're supposedly rated to, which isn't much, 10 pounds. I think it would hold a lot more than that, but that's what they say. And I can grab these. The smaller Petzl carry tool will hold these guys on here just fine, but also allowing them to slide all the way down here to the bottom. You see that? By doing that, it frees up my ability to operate this really easily. I can't get a ton of them on here because there isn't a lot of ground here to spread out, depending on, you know, you can see how they sort of stick together. But overall, that's a great solution for the bigger bits, or certainly you can use the traditional, a quality traditional carabiner. You might want to double check that you can slide it over. Some gates have locks and things like that, and that can create a problem as you're spinning it around trying to free it. But overall, Railer really knocked it out of the park. I'm glad that they are focusing on something that seems as simple as a bit holder, but in reality is kind of an integral part of your life. I mean, we all have been here, you know, where you're saying, I need another bit, and you dump it all out, and you're looking around trying to find it. And then you throw them back in, you know, and then they don't sit down all the way like that, and then this doesn't close, and you're shaking it, and then finally it's just, oh, well, I'll just use it like that. Because we're always going to put more in here than comfortably fit. But Railer, thank you for sending those, and I look forward to your products in the future, especially this kind of creativity. And with that, Doc out.